All right, here we are at the Friday Night Movie Podcast's live celebration of winning not one, but two Signal Awards. I am wearing my brand new Friday Night Movie baseball shirt. There's only a few of these 2023 Friday Night Movie shirts. We're pretty excited to have them. And from now on, when we appear in public, this must precede us every single time. The Signal Awards animated logo. This is just going to be required. Lily has to.
This is instead of Lily's face. We're just going to have this.
Yeah.
We're going to change her avatar from being the waffle to being
just an
Signal
animated award.
I think
it's like
that
it's like Oscar winners that before they, their credits come up.
Right,
Say
exactly.
Oscar winner.
So now we are no longer Signal Award nominated, but we are Signal Award winning Friday Night Movie Podcast.
And let me tell you, that was quite the threshold to cross because not everyone won.
It was a lot.
Are you sure?
It was a lot of work.
I think
it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, and really thank you to everyone who voted. It made a big difference.
And thank you to everyone who followed up.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of questions from people today, and I was like, "Oh, you remembered?"
Yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice. And before we go anywhere else, I want to give a shout out to fellow nominees, the Recovery Rocks podcast, who got the gold award in the Buddy podcast. We got the silver award. They got the gold award. Did they? Yeah, did they? And the Sex Talk podcast with Zibby and Tracy. There is the F***K Face podcast who are also nominated with us. And there's us, Kasich and Klepper, as well as Cat and Moose and Violating Community Guidelines podcast. So congratulations to all of them. And then a congratulations, I know he needs the validation from us.
Oh, yeah.
Conan O'Brien and the Chill Chums, a valiant
runner up to our
Friday
very
Night
special
Movie.
episodes. Friday Night Movie's very special.
Honestly, it's like the biggest honor of all was being able to be nominated with that other.
It's like when they go to win their Oscar and they're like, "I'm just so glad to be nominated among," and you're like, "Are you though? Aren't you just so happy you won?" But I do really feel like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is an honor just to be nominated next to Conan O'Brien.
It is pretty incredible. So it was an amazing experience. Thank you to the Signal Awards. Thank you, Lily and Becky. So much fun doing this show with you both.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lily and Becky should thank you, our producer, and captain, and
editor,
sole reason, editor, and
communications.
And music supervisor.
And composer. And
sole reason this podcast exists.
Yeah.
And but we're not just gonna sit around here and congratulate each other. We wouldn't put anyone through that. We're gonna talk about movies and television because that's what the Friday Night Movie Podcast does. And there's an episode coming out on Friday. So at the point that this gets posted on the audio, it will be an epilogue to the Friday episode. But in that episode, there is going to be some intense drama around whether or not Becky's
Wait, so
husband...
is this going to... Oh, wait, no, because this is... So people haven't heard the first part of the story.
People haven't heard the first part of the story, but I already have a second part.
So it's like spoiler alert.
Not spoil. I'm in the process of summarizing it. This is like the epilogue to that episode. Friday's episode is the prequel to this episode. Okay?
Can I ask you a quick question? How can people log into this link?
They can't log into this link behind.
Oh my God.
No, get it, like click on it.
Oh my God.
On Facebook?
On all the places I sent it, but we have to start on time when we say we're going to start for them to show up. But that's like a separate conversation we're going to have.
That's going to have to happen offline because that is going to get fiery.
Well, I mean, you didn't send the link, so I didn't.
No. I said I love this excuse. I didn't send the link, but if you were ready to go, all you would need is the link.
Well, I wasn't the problem. Sometimes technology doesn't work. But I just wanted to know where viewers could watch us right now.
Why are you telling? Are you think that
People
the
are
people
asking
that are
me.
watching
People are asking.
This is the
Facebook,
sidebar.
Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube,
That's what I thought.
and
you.
at the link that's in our Instagram.
That's what I thought.
Oh, look, and we've got people on. It's Chen.
Yeah,
Hey, Chen.
I love Chen so much.
Wait, where can you see that she's on?
I
Chen
think
is here. Chen's here. She's
there.
laughing.
Yeah.
She's saying, "No one is here yet." Totally congratulate each other. Thank you, Chen. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us.
Mom is definitely
Chen-
supposed to be here. She's in the living room trying to be here.
Chen Drachman of Grace Dragon Studios has an amazing animated film coming out called But I'm a Shoe. And this podcast is an executive producer of that film.
We
and people
support
should go,
even the tiniest of pieces of apparel.
yeah,
Support
right. Even the
everyone.
shoe. Even the shoe.
Even the
But-
shoe. We believe
But
in.
seriously speaking, people should go to Grace Dragon Productions on social media, and they should throw some money into supporting that incredible
shoe.
film that's coming. There, you see.
There's so many
Chen's got a
uses of
emoji
shoe
for
that
it.
you're not using.
But it's great. It stars the great Janet Varney, our podcast hero. She will be the voice of the shoe. It's going to be amazing. So back to explaining. We're going to dispense from explaining to Lily how live streams work, and we're going to cut to what I was explaining before, which is this. Becky, in the episode that is forthcoming. So think of this as a preview, epilogue, prequel to the next episode. Follow what I'm saying here?
Okay, already this
I
is
have an
taking more
epilogue.
time than the movie that it's about.
I have an
No.
epilogue to
I'm
your
actually
epilogue.
still in the theater watching Avatar: The Way of Water right now. That's how long the movie is. But Becky's husband had left us with a cliffhanger as to whether or not he was going to attend Avatar: The Way of Water. Let's
Okay,
just say he was a
so-
little touchy about it.
So spoiler alert.
We
he
went last
did
night.
Come with. We went last night. He did come with. I omitted from my description of the evening that Shai had bought us tickets in 3D. Vlad and
Wait, and I just want to
and-
say something. If you're going to see Avatar, not the Airbender, of course, the blue Avatar as we call it, for which like modern 3D movies were like exist because of this. Why would you go see this 3-hour movie and just guess as to what it was like as opposed to how it was originally intended?
Okay, so I will say that watching it in 3D does pay off. By the time you get to the water part, 100% worth seeing it in 3D.
How
when
long
it
does
first
it take to get to the
began,
water
like
part?
a
An hour.
solid
A
hour.
solid
An
hour.
hour.
There's a
solid,
solid
like
full movie before the movie
before you
starts.
get to the.
But it's good.
Before you get to
Oh
the
my
It's
God.
good. They really
I
be
will say-
immersing you.
the first hour of I'm going to respond to that, and it gives you a headache. Okay, so
And
the
it
point
makes
is
you
that
motion sick.
3D
Totally worth it.
gives Vlad a really bad headache. So he tried watching it at first. He took off the glasses. He watched about the first hour without the glasses on, so just watching it like kind of blurry, kind of in focus, which was better than watching with the glasses. And I kept saying to him, well, just go. It's fine. You can leave. And he admitted me today that he couldn't go because the story had just sucked him in and he needed to see what was going to happen. Anyways, eventually does put the glasses on when we get to the water part because the way it's shot completely changes really once you're in the water. And it's so beautiful. You really feel like you're in there floating and swimming with them. But I am going to say on the other side, before you get to the water, the first 10 minutes or so of the movie, as I was adjusting to this, I was so upset. I was crying because I was so upset.
Becky
at
was
how
very
different-
worked up. I want to say no guilt at all.
The 3D
because-
isn't overwhelming. It's just at some parts, right?
And
Well,
also, it's shot in 48 frames per second, which causes like it's in such a high frame rate that it basically does that frame blending that you see on your TV, where everything looks like kind of weirdly fake, and it kept
if
switching back and
there's
forth between
two
being beautiful.
people that get worked up over frame blending.
it is Becky
More than
and
me.
Vlad.
Becky and Vlad.
We
Becky
are
will be at an
so
Airbnb
crazy.
and
Whereas Allie, so
on
I'm watching.
vacation and walk by the TV and be like, "Oh, frame blending."
So the order as how we're sitting was Allie, then me,
Then Becky, then
Then
Vlad.
Becky,
Obviously,
then
everybody
Vlad.
knew that was the order. No one had to imagine it.
and
There's no other order it could be.
And
It was Allie, then Vlad, then Shy, then Becky.
and then, but the best is that what's great about Allie in this case is Allie was the wild card who was like, yeah, I'll come.
I bet she
Right?
didn't
I
complain.
cannot believe she grabbed a piece of chicken parm for the road and she came to the
She
movie
snuck
with us.
some homemade like vegetarian chicken parm or vegan cheese
Vegan.
chicken parm from the
Vegan
house,
cheese.
stuff it in her purse. And the best about
like that and
Allie
a bag
is
of Twizzlers and she was
Allie's
ready
like-
to party.
Allie's looking at us saying, frame blending, what the hell? I don't know the difference. There's a lot of stuff going on. She's
like,
not like
I
sitting there-
don't notice frame blending on the reality
And I
shows
keep
that I watch.
and I
She's
keep
not
turning
sitting
to
there
Vlad
thinking
with
about-
like tears streaming down my face, going, "I've waited so long for this. I'm so upset right
I was
now."
like, is there frame blending on the Hallmark Channel? What? I don't notice that. The Christmas
it-
Princess had no frame blending.
but it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful in the end.
Okay,
It was really
I would
cool.
like Shy to explain to you what happened to
Oh,
me about
What is vegan chicken
What
parm?
is chicken cheese
Should
parm?
we-
I misspoke a little bit.
no
This
Ashley,
is cousin Ashley.
who without her expert advice, we
We would
never
not
would
have-
have made it.
We never would have made
If
it.
you
Ashley,
need any consulting for social media or brands,
communications, brand, Ashley,
communications.
your
number one.
Emmy winning. Also, there's a lot of award winners in our family right now. Emmy winning journalist Ashley Yore, star nowadays of the Home Shopping Network, which is like, how much
I mean,
I made the kids
just
watch it on vacation. I love it so much.
So wonderful.
Ashley,
You watch it
Thank
though.
you,
I mean,
Ashley.
you're a dangerous viewer.
I
to
mean,
that.
you got to keep me away from that QR code. That QR code is like very. I don't even have to type numbers now. And what we do is, because we're kosher in our house, Allie will take chicken breast. Like I helped take chicken breast and then bread it, and then tomato sauce or pizza sauce or whatever, and then put the vegan cheese from Harris Teeter on, and it's delicious. Yeah, Mom knows. Mom's here. Everyone, Mom's here. So if you're
Vegan
here,
cheese
this
on the
is
chicken.
Mom also saw
Avatar.
Avatar, but I told her to see it in regular G because I don't think Dad
Well,
would have survived.
I don't think Dad
He
went.
would have not.
So the point is this:
Did
is
Dad
we
go? Oh.
we get
Yeah, he
there, and I get it. I'm in the bathroom. Oh, no, I'm getting my food because first of all, there's 30 minutes of preaching, so I'm going, and I hadn't eaten, or I had stuffed a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but I wanted to really enjoy. We're hunkering down, so I got a.
I'm sorry, can you
popcorn.
guys not afford to buy snacks at a movie theater?
No,
What
we
is
needed to go.
happening?
I
No,
brought
it's a
I
matter
brought
of
like
like
a
if you want
3-course dinner.
If you
We
want
went
dinner,
at 6:15. We went
if
at
you want dinner
6:15, and
and
it
you're-
ends
So
at 9:30.
you finished just in time to have dinner. Is what you're saying?
9:30, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
finished
well,
at
in
9. We
your
actually finished at
country.
like 9:50.
So, no,
yeah.
the thing
So,
is this.
Mom
At-
saw it in 3D with Mindy. Shout out to Mindy.
They
She
told
didn't
you
see
Dad
it.
hasn't seen it.
Oh my God,
For-
Shai, she used your AMC pass.
I'll get to that too. I'll get to that too. So
She's the
43
only one.
at 43, when you have cholesterol and liver problems, you should not regularly be eating movie
Ugh.
theater hot dogs for dinner. So I made a peanut butter jelly sandwich, but I still wanted to. We're hunkering down for a few hours. I got my giant vanilla diet root beer that you get at AMC, which is amazing. 'cause
Sounds
they have the
I
Coca-Cola.
mean,
Disgusting.
that's
mix.
so niche. Vanilla diet root
It's the only
beer.
So
place you can
gross.
get it.
Oh my God.
We will get back to the AMC story in a moment. And then I got a giant popcorn, because actually I had gotten just peanut butter M&Ms and Twizzlers, and I was walking back and I get a text from Allie, and she's like, Shai, watch out. There's some drama. Vlad is very upset about the 3D. So I turned back around
Scary.
and I went and I got this massive tub of popcorn, because I figure someone has to be, happy, and someone will be happy.
and it did work. He polished off that
So
tub.
I brought the
He polished
bathtub of popcorn and 4 cups, and we scooped it out, and then as the movie's starting, and Becky sees the frame blending thing, Becky starts getting worked up. So Becky and Vlad are just sitting there
Clearly,
stewing.
Becky and Vlad are impossible to go to a movie with.
Meanwhile, Allie, who does not care and is literally probably coming because of FOMO, is just having a
Yeah.
delightful time to me. And I'm having a great time because two things. Number one, I am I'm not, this isn't Star Wars, so I'm detached emotionally. I don't care if the
Like
blue
I
people
don't love it in the like it's such a visual spectacular event. You are there for the visuals. I mean, that's what is like
Yeah.
that's what gets me about
But-
it is that I think it's so beautiful.
Are there any
I
humans
love
in this one,
world.
or is it
yeah,
all
there
There
yeah,
are.
avatars?
there's a couple
humans.
there's a couple humans. You
There's a
see
couple humans,
human
and
you see like human Giovanni Ribisi for about 30 seconds. You see
no, one of the main characters is a human.
Did Shy get his whale scene, or was that
Spider.
only in the trailer?
the whales. Okay, okay. So first of all, we're watching this movie, and Becky and Vlad, you can just feel them stewing.
No, I was
Stewing.
crying. No, it was
Becky's
I wasn't
crying.
stewing. I was
Vlad's
crying. I was
like,
so upset.
He's so mad that
So
he's
mad at
so mad.
I was put it
not
this
only
way,
that,
as mad as he was at me, I was so upset that he had to calm down and console me and be like, "It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay."
and I'm sitting here watching this thing, kind of like chuckling to myself, being like, "This is super fun." Oh wait, an aside quickly. Thank you, Esther, for the good wishes. Esther Kostanowitz, co-host along with Aaron Ben Moshe of the Bagel Report podcast, which is the most important number one podcast for people looking at the study of Jewish pop culture right now. Amazing. Such an incredible show.
Thank you, Esther.
Aaron,
Thanks,
we love
Esther.
you. So back to the story here. They're stewing. Allie's enjoying herself. I'm both enjoying this, but also secretly also laughing at how stressed out they are, because like I'm going to enjoy this movie with Becky, right?
You were also like doing Becky a favor.
And I spent
Like,
and
going
there's like
with her.
$22 or something
It's
a
not-
ticket because we
It was
went
actually
to IMAX.
$25. It was $25.
Okay, so
IMAX
with
and
reason you had no
laser-
money for snacks at the theater.
Well,
Jeez.
no, are you kidding? I've spent so much at AMC's over the past
They're just
year.
giving you free root
No,
beer?
I have coupons. I didn't pay $1 for any of the
Amazing.
food.
Of course you
I just have tons and tons of coupons. Esther's not going to see it. Esther, it was magnificent
All I can
against
say-
all odds. It was
It's yours to
truly-
miss. It's your
truly
experience
a
to miss.
magnificent
That's what I say.
experience. It was so. They're stewing and they're stewing and they're stewing, and I'm like chuckling along, being like, "You go to see Avatar and you start stressing over whether or not there's flame blending." I feel like we're here for different reasons.
But it was also seeing it in 3D. I kept on being like, is it worse because it's in 3D? I was
Yeah,
just
and
very stressed.
By the
by
way,
it.
I thought it was nice. I like the new characters and everything. So then it shifts to the underwater period of the story. And there is a chase scene that involves the massive whale thing that I wanted to
So
see.
you got your whales.
Well,
I
first
have
of all,
to tell you, at one
as
point,
this thing
I
is chomping at the screen, I'm just hitting Becky, going, "That's why you see it in 3D. That's why you see it
at
in
one
3D."
point I jumped out of my seat so like I was so surprised with so much energy. I mean, I don't understand that. I felt like I was in the water, that I knocked my own glasses off and they just go flying across.
I couldn't
go.
believe, like, I'm not even the biggest James Cameron fan. Like, obviously he's an awesome director, but like, it's not like I'm not like Becky with him. But I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
I'm not some like
and
crazy James Cameron fan. I
experience.
just love Avatar.
Yeah.
And all
Well-
of his movies and Titanic.
But these
lot.
underwater scenes with the giant whales,
No.
and then wait, I was like, okay, so the giant whales are a gimmick. It's like in Phantom Menace, big fish eats other fish. No, the whales should be nominated for best supporting motion
Animal.
capture animal, whatever it
I
is.
don't know.
The whales take up, I forget what they were called, but they take up about a third of the screen time for the rest of the movie. And I would watch an
Tunooks?
entire
Tukooks?
movie of those
Whatever they're
guys.
called.
They were
Can-
mom
can-
thought one of the
They're-
creatures swam above her heads. It was absolutely incredible. And once you get into that water
So
zone,
you don't think you would like them as much if you didn't see it in 3D?
I think that if you're going to spend the money to see,
I'm sure I would have loved it. I might. Here's the thing: is that because what you lose in 3D is that you kind of have to look in the center of the screen, right? Because of the way that the 3D works. And I think what you lose by seeing it in 3D is being able to like take in
Immerse.
the entire frame and look at everything.
Weren't you guys
because
also in
kind
an
of have to
IMAX?
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
yeah, no,
it was
it was an IMAX.
It was nice. Okay, It was like, but one of those like theater IMAXs, not like
It wasn't
them-
like
not
the
like
one at
one at
stadium,
the old
like
Franklin
port.
Institute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Where it's
But,
like a planetarium.
It's the
Right.
I mean,
It's the regular
Just a
kind of
bigger
standard
screen.
theater. But and so I think what you lose with 3D, unfortunately, as beautiful as those underwater scenes are, where you feel like you're there, you lose being able to take in the whole scene
Okay.
and see the whole frame. And so for me, that's
Okay, I'm
that.
just gonna ask
But
questions
you know,
that
pros and
people
cons.
want to hear. Is it okay? So you positive and you don't have to see it in 3D. People could just see it in normal.
So my point
That's
is,
what I think.
My argument is, I was so impressed with the experience. You can watch Avatar on a big screen, like when you watched it at home, but at least see it on an IMAX. But I thought the 3D was exceptional and unique for this movie, and I don't see other movies.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Was it worth waiting? What is it? 30 years? How long have we been waiting for the sequel?
13, 14. Okay, the first one came out in 2009, and this technically just 13 years.
Feels longer.
Well, let's be
Uh,
clear. I wasn't waiting, so this is a found money experience for me.
right.
I wasn't
Okay.
sitting around being like, I wonder what happens in
I
the
mean,
Na'vi.
I didn't remember I was waiting. You know,
But now he's filmed the next 3, right? Didn't he film them all
Two.
this? I thought there was 5
He
total.
yeah, but he filmed 2 back to back. Those are the ones he
Oh, I
filmed
thought he
now.
filmed all of them.
and
Also, I have to make a correction. I think that story I told, it was Edie Falco who shot her scene so long ago that she thought the movie had already come out. And
Well,
flopped,
to be
and she
fair,
had
you
never
didn't
heard
name the
anything about it.
actress. You just said
I think I said it
someone.
was Emma Thompson.
Oh, Emma Thompson.
I thought
Right.
she was in the
Emma
movie.
Thompson could have been that. Apparently, Kate Winslet was in that movie.
Yeah,
Apparently
did
Kate
you get her
Winslet's
see
in
her
this
hold her
movie.
breath for 7 minutes and beat Tom Cruise's record? That's
I
why I'm
didn't
going
even
to see
know
this
which
movie.
which
didn't
one
even
she
know who
was.
she
You're gonna.
was.
I mean, she's
But you know
one
what's
of the great actors of our
wild?
time. You're gonna spend Kate Winslet
what's-
money, and you cannot tell she's in that.
I thought you're supposed to
You
be
know
able to
what's
tell who they
wild?
are.
It is wild seeing Sigourney Weaver play a 14-year-old girl, and it works.
But you know
It's
why?
just
But
insane.
do you know why it works for me? Because
Why?
when Lily was 7, Lily had the deep voice of a 65-year-old woman. So I
That's
just
fair.
kept thinking,
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is
listen
just
to my
like
voice
Lily.
right now.
She's just gonna be like,
Ridiculous.
Mom.
Okay. Can I tell you my epilogue story with Becky?
Wait. So, oh yeah, sure. Go ahead. Tell
I
your
mean, I don't
story.
think people want to hear more about Avatar. No offense.
I think they do. But I told
Well, I just want
you-
to say that Mom went to see it, and
You better
when she
tread
went
lightly.
To see it, when Mom went to see it, she logged. She's like, she wanted to make sure to get the discount and used my AMC account. Like, Mom, it's time for you to get your own AMC account. You go see more movies than anyone. Mom
But
would
that's
love
good.
it.
Then you get all the points. Or
Maybe
whatever.
I'm gonna
Get
get.
that for her.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get Mom. Mom, you're getting an AMC A list.
But then wouldn't
Now
it be
you could just pay
membership.
for it
wouldn't it be
twice.
better for you guys to do it together so you get more coupons for root beer?
No, but you
Like,
can't.
you
You're
work
not
together?
supposed. You're not supposed to share.
Oh, it's not like Netflix.
This is like classic Mom, where she's like, I'm like, Mom, you need to show your ID when you go in. And she's
Amazing.
like, sure you do.
That's amazing. Okay, so cut to this is the epilogue.
Mom's
I'd
rather I
rather-
get the points for the popcorn. Mom's the best. She's so selfless.
She's the best. So the epilogue, which is the prequel to Becky's story that's coming out on Friday. So I don't want to give spoilers, but the episode that of our podcast is coming out on Friday. Becky tells us a story about her and Vlad who fight over going to Avatar. Okay, there was some drama at Becky's house over this movie. Cut to today. Becky sends me a message. Now, I want to preface this by saying that the original plan for the outing of going to
I
Avatar,
actually really don't think we should get into this.
Okay,
I think you should tread lightly.
the original plan of going to see Avatar was that we were all going to go on Saturday to see it when I was in town. And then it got switched to Becky going earlier because she was afraid it wasn't going to be in the theater because she has Avatar anxiety.
No,
So she ended up going earlier.
I didn't think I was necessarily going on that Saturday, and I was anxious that
For her.
Becky would.
And like I feel like for the team, it made sense that Becky wanted to see it the most. She shouldn't wait till Saturday, where I thought we were all going together. Then she writes me a message and she's like, "I'll take you on Saturday." And I was like, if we're not gonna all go together, I don't have to see it. Like whatever. And she's like, "Well, it's your experience to miss." And I was like, "Well, I mean, thanks, but you kind of canceled the plans with me to then go with Vlad,
I actually
who was mad,
actually-
and then
I don't
to
want to.
try.
Let's not get into the weeds.
I'm
on
gonna-
this
I'm gonna
because
just say-
technically
I'm
you
gonna
said
I'm gonna
you should go
say
see
I'm gonna
it.
say this because people come for us arguing.
Yes, but
Just to
I
throw
did- I
some
don't-
douse
let's
some things.
not-
The number of times Leah's come to visit me, but then decided at the last minute to go to Philadelphia a day early. I don't
That's not
think
true. I'm
that it is
staying late.
reasonable. It is
I-
reasonable.
or just the
What-
fact that you
to assume that
actually
it's gonna
wrote in
happen.
a message multiple times. I
Well-
really don't care about seeing it. You should go see it.
Well, I
It's
wanted
important
Becky to see
you.
it.
Wait,
but I-
mom's.
what I
Wait,
think-
this is the best. We're arguing. Mom's
Okay.
involved. We should
So
do
you're
all the
gonna
shows like this.
is
Mom says
amazing.
Becky should take you on Saturday so you can hear her cry about the frame blending.
About all the blending.
I'll tell you this:
Um,
if I go see it
I-
again, I'm seeing it in 3D. I'm not seeing
Okay,
it.
but I think what's the funniest part is that I'm fine that Becky saw it, but now I'm getting peer pressured and to go
By
see
who?
it by Becky. She's like,
Yeah.
"Well, it's your experience to miss. Are you sure you want to miss the experience of a lifetime?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, I don't know, but I think it's
I-
okay
like,
to
again,
miss
for
it."
all the great things I said about it.
Are you going
I'm-
to see it
I-
twice in a week?
No, I'm just not telling people like you have to be in on my thing. I want to tell people is that, and the other thing that by the way, I really take issue with people like oh, it's beautiful, but the story stinks. The story doesn't
is
stink.
fantastic.
It's a it's
Mom was like, "It's beautiful. It's about family." The story,
yeah,
I
this is
don't know
about
what
family.
happened.
It's a beautiful story
family.
about family. It addresses refugees and it's a metaphor for the climate crisis, but not in a stupid way, in a really good way. I think I liked this one so much more than the original. Like I think
okay.
and I'll also add, and I don't know how the nominations or anything working, but I watched this and I think, how do you not give the director an award for an achievement in directing for what we saw? Because
Is
there
it
are things
2022
on
or
this.
2021?
It's 2022, but like the
I mean, sorry,
definition of movie
23.
magic
Oh,
is
21.
what happened.
I mean, it's
on this
insane.
screen.
And
It's
now you have to
insane.
tell people what they really want to hear is when should you pee?
Okay, so
Okay,
Glenn says
I'm
it's
gonna
the same
tell
story
you.
as the original. She and
I
I have gone back
disagree.
and forth about this.
But
Has
when
she
should
seen
you
it?
be? So James Cameron
Ken seen
Yes,
it?
Glenn saw it.
had
Lily Fen
advice.
saw it.
Well,
James Cameron had advice as to when you should pee. And
Okay.
now that I've seen it, I actually completely agree with him.
There's no way you didn't pee. Did you pee?
100%.
I did not pee.
I don't believe that.
Neither Becky
You-
nor I peed.
You say I could
I
believe you'd give
didn't-
yourself a bladder infection for a movie. I don't believe
didn't-
Becky would.
I didn't even bat an eyelash and get tired. I was, and I went directly from
Okay,
work
that I
to the
could-
movies.
I
No
could
nap.
believe that, but I don't believe Becky didn't pee.
I thought
For
when I
3
heard
hours, I
James
didn't
Did
Cameron
you
take
bring
a
like a
20-minute
secret
nap.
like bag or something?
No, but I'm going to tell you when to be. I'm actually going to tell you what James Cameron said, which at first I thought was like, well, that seems like a lot. But I was like, no, I agree. He says, go pee at any point during the movie because whatever you miss, you'll catch the second time you see it. And I'm like, I agree.
That's great. Wait, now give people real advice.
I mean, they're like, if do you care about
The
missing
beginning.
story or do
The
you care about
beginning.
missing?
Pee-
Like
pee
any
during
girl,
the
you
first-
don't have to
first
pee at the
hour.
beginning, Shy. It's like after the first
No,
hour.
no,
when
no,
do you
but I would
pee?
say like a
Anytime
normal
in the
length of a
first
movie
hour.
is 2 hours, right?
Just
So
pee at the
there
1
is a
hour mark.
moment where Jake Sully is deciding with Neytiri they're arguing over whether or not they should leave their forest home. I got a lot of questions, by the way, like about what happened to the forest home.
What happened to
after
the
they left.
forest people?
That to me is the moment to run and go to the bathroom. Because
Before the water.
once they
Yeah,
either right at the
because you
beginning or
need
once
to,
once they
like-
get at the water, like
You don't wanna
unlike
miss
anything I've
anything.
ever seen.
And you're also meeting a lot of new characters, and it'll be very confusing if you don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I have to say, like,
Pee in the
I
forest.
thought they did an amazing job building out those characters. 'Cause at the beginning, I was like, whoa, a lot of blue people, a lot of blue kids. By the end of it, I knew I can tell you everything about those kids. And
Mhm.
they were
Cool.
all the kids in that movie were
Cool,
fantastic.
cool.
And I guess does Sigourney Weaver count as one of the kids? She's just amazing. I just
She's
love her.
amazing.
I just love her. She's so great. Mom says when they arrive in the water people,
No, like the
like
the
right at the
opposite
beginning.
before.
I think
Well, no,
right
because then you have to meet everyone. You have to know who everyone is.
when Jake and Neytiri are arguing, guess what? They go to the water people. That's the time to go to the bathroom.
Mhm.
After that, you can't leave. Sorry. There's no
Yeah,
way.
Just
You
pee in
can't
your
leave.
pants.
Just it's
Bring a
too,
bottle. Pee in
it's-
your empty vanilla diet root beer
Root beer.
cup.
Okay, so this has been an amazing day. We are so thankful to everybody who listens to this show, who supports the show, our family, our friends. I always say the people who listen and the people who pretend to listen. This is such an incredible labor of love for us. We get to hang out with each other every week and argue and talk about movies, which we would be doing anyway, but we get to do it with an incredible audience and in all sorts of wonderful places. Have to say a huge thank you to Mom and Dad, who invented the concept of Friday Night Movie by taking us to the movies every Friday. And have to thank Ali, Vlad, Jose, and the kids who live this podcast all day. Everyone else drops in for an hour. This is what they have to deal with all the time. I'm
excited for 2023, guys.
2023 is going to be amazing.
A lot of exciting episodes ahead. Lined
we
up
already have. We have some. I mean, the
great guests lined
January has some incredible guest artists that are going to be funny and amazing. And we've got South by Southwest coming.
March.
That's like, I mean, we don't have to be like, if it's not a big surprise, Becky and I are for sure going at this point. So that's going to be amazing. And then there's all the Q2 movies that we'll talk about later in the year.
I feel like release dates are arbitrary, so we can talk about that another time.
You can follow us at Friday Night Movie on all the socials. You can follow me at Pancake for Table, Becky and Lily at F&M Sisters. The theme music, which isn't here with us right now, but will be with us again one day, or when this is released in audio, is by What Does It Eat? And I think that's bye. Love you guys.
Love you. Thank you, Shy. Couldn't do this.
Thank you, Beck and Lil. You're the best.
Bye.
Bye.